Hello, beautiful people, and hello, beautiful Courtney Dillon, whose information is in the description box. So glad you're joining us today. And if it's the first time you're visiting this channel, welcome. We also have Erik, my son in the afterlife, who's going to help us tackle this particular topic. Today's topic is the Lahaina fires. We think that's how you pronounce it.
He says that's correct. He says, "Hi, Mom." He's saying hi to everybody. He's happy to be here today.
Oh, I love you, sweetheart.
He loves you too.
We got a great group of questions from the community. They always ask the best questions. So anyway, here we go, Erik. How did the fire start? Was it man-made or natural?
He kind of smirks and he says that most people have a sense or are on to the fact that these fires were man-made.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. Were they intentional or accidental?
Yes, intentional.
Ooh, why?
The simplest answer he's going to give is, I'm sorry, he's standing right there. So sorry if I turn my head. The simplest answer he's going to give is it's a larger agenda of power and control.
Property values, related to property values, I bet.
Linked to property values and he calls it a land grab, actually. So this looks like what he's saying. He's showing me hands and hands kind of reaching in to sort of quickly grab land and take land away from, the rightful owners. And what he shows me that this was an intentional act it was an intentional act. And
well, I think we've got some other questions that might elucidate that. They're pretty interesting. Now, it was reported the electricity was turned off before the fire started, but why did they say the fire was caused by downed power lines?
It looks like there is a way in which the narrative of the story had to be constructed in order to, kind of make sense to most people.
Yeah.
But in actuality, there is a more nefarious agenda.
A lot of questions in regards to that. Do the cartels have anything to do with the fire?
No, not directly. He's not talking about cartels.
All right, let's talk about this as a big conspiracy. There are so many conspiracy theories targeting Oprah. Conspiracists think that Oprah always has the most nefarious intentions whenever she offers humanitarian help. I don't know if that's true, but if she opens a school for the kids in Africa, she's accused of being a part of a child sex trafficking. Or in this case, they think Oprah is behind the Lahaina fire to grab land. Once and for all, Erik, can you tell us more about whether Oprah has any part of this and her?
No, he's not mentioning Oprah at all. There does not appear to be a direct link to her.
Okay.
And I just want to say that I'm just channeling answers. So
yeah, don't shoot the messenger, people. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Was this fire meant to make most people leave their homes to build later hotels and other constructions? In other words, was this criminal in that way?
Yeah, he would agree with that. He says there are other reasons. So there's he's showing me like a piece of paper, and on the piece of paper, there's like a list of different reasons. And that's like probably the first reason on this list. This is unfortunate. And I'm not saying this, cavalierly. Obviously, this affects a lot of people. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, of course. Sorry for everyone who's lost their lives. Can you name the second most?
There's resources. He points to natural resources that the people who own the land will have. There's some natural resources on this land that was burned, and he's going underneath the earth, and he's also there's other resources sort of directly on the land. And so the person or a group rather that owns this land will have more access to these resources. There's also something to do, he's taking me down the list, with like energetic points of power on the planet.
Oh,
Um,
like vortices or ley lines and stuff like that?
yeah, this has to do something with ley lines.
Mm.
And there are certain points of power on the planet. And, you know, if you can think of, if you've been to a place, like he's taking me to Sedona, for example, like if you know, if you've been to Sedona, and you get out of the car, most people can feel the energy, that it's a place of power. Well, it also looks like Maui is the same way, that it really is a place of power, or what he calls a heart. And I don't exactly understand this, so sorry, but he can elaborate, but it's like a heart chakra of the earth.
Oh, wow.
And so there's some really important energetic places in this island. And so there's sort of like been a battle for this this spot, you know.
For what use?
To control these places of power. Because the more that people understand their own power and that they are attracted to go to these places of power, the more it wakes up people, the more people become aware of, he's saying, like, the more people become aware of who they are, and they begin to just kind of not fall in line with what we're supposed to do.
And so, and the global elite or somebody doesn't want that to happen, I guess.
Correct.
To be in the
Correct.
dark. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I heard that a group of 1,200 children just disappeared after being led to a building. What happened to these children? First of all, is that true? But what happened to these children and why? Also, there are no reports of children missing from their parents, apparently. What is going on? Was this like one big child snatch?
He doesn't have, he's not saying yes on that story.
Okay.
He can talk about the other larger purposes, but I don't see anything, I could be missing something, but I don't see anything having to do with children.
Oh, okay.
So.
All right. Were children picked up in the water and used for human trafficking? Do you see that?
Not to that, if there were, not to the degree of 1,200. I'm not saying,
okay.
Yeah. So no, there wasn't, I don't think there was 1,200 children. It does
Were any children taken into human trafficking? I mean, take advantage of a catastrophe in that way? Horrible.
He says that in these type of catastrophes, sometimes they're used for that purpose. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Was this attack done with a direct energy laser weapon from the shadow government? Social media users are claiming blue objects that survived the August 2023 wildfires in Hawaii prove lasers ignited the flames. But according to some sources, this is false. The blazes did not spare structures based on color, and there's no evidence directing energy weapons that directed energy weapons are to blame. What's the truth? Are there some sort of, is it a weapon?
It does look like there's a weapon that it is directed energy weapon, and it does look like layers, some type of laser that was used to start this, what he calls attack. So the answer is yes to that question.
Is that because they wanted the land grab, etc., or was it just military op went wrong, gone bad?
No, there's a larger agenda here, a land grab.
Great, but the shadow government is involved, or global elites, or Bilderberg complex and all that stuff.
Yeah, he doesn't want to name.
Oh yeah,
specifically for our safety, but basically, he will say that he sorry, he just says top of the pyramid. Go to the top of the pyramid.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Okay.
The fire left a red-roofed house seemingly untouched by the devastation around it. Everyone's calling it the miracle house. Why was this house spared? And so were other houses in other areas. Why were some houses spared, including this miracle house?
He shows me that the miracle house. This is interesting. I don't even know. I haven't seen a picture of it or anything,
No.
but there is some type of energetic barrier around the house that kept it protected.
Oh, wow. From the homeowner? Maybe it was, or.
Yeah, somebody who lives there knows what they're doing.
Oh, wow. All right. Why did Biden say, quote unquote, I'm laser focused on the recovery and rebuilding efforts on Maui? Was it a laser that focused on the earth to cause the fire in the first place? And how peculiar it was to hear Biden respond using this terminology. I mean, people say laser focus, so it might be just.
He doesn't. He's not really saying that there's a correlation here. In practicality, he is agreeing that there is something nefarious going on here. Absolutely.
Right.
But he's not saying that was the reason he used that term.
Yeah. All right. Have forest fires ever melted aluminum? I can imagine that they do. I mean, I remember sometimes I would boil water when I was getting ready.
Yeah, I think so.
And then I forget that the water was boiling. It was an aluminum pan, and I went in there and saw just bubbling on the stove, melted. So, boy, I got in trouble for that too. I did it twice. Can you believe it? Slow learner. All right. Why was the siren not used?
Part of the calculated attack, he says.
Oh. How many people you think died? Even if it's just a number of digits, I don't know. I mean, some of them must have just incinerated.
It feels like there's a couple of hundred people here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm getting around 200, give or take. Okay. So,
was it a coincidence that a high-level picture showed an elliptical ring of fire? I guess up in altitude that they had there was an elliptical ring of fire. What's that all about?
He doesn't know about that.
Okay.
He's not speaking to that.
Okay. Did police officers unwittingly direct the cars back into the area of the fire?
It does not look like the police officers did anything on purpose.
Okay. Nothing nefarious with them.
No, it looks like they were, it looks like I can see it. It's really intense. It's showing me it's just, there's so much going on and they're trying to figure out the best course of action and they're trying to help people. And there's nothing that they were trying to do on purpose.
Yeah, and the fires, they have a mind of their own and
they have a mind of their own and it can change and they're, it's high alert and there's people in the water and there's people screaming and there's people running and they're just trying to figure out where is the best place to direct people to safety. And they did the best they could.
Now, apparently some roads were blocked. Were the roads blocked, but one deliberate attempt to cause more loss of life? But I don't know, something wrong.
Not necessarily, no. He does see that okay, I'm sorry to say this, but he's showing me the image of, the saying blood on somebody's hands, blood on their hands. He shows me that there is something here that doesn't add up. Yeah. And we can see that. And I think a lot of people watching this, they're probably watching this video because they actually can see that.
Yeah.
And I'm hesitant to even make these kind of videos, to be honest with you.
No, it's contrast,
Yeah.
Experience.
Exactly.
Polarity. Is this the beginning of something even more sinister?
It's already been underway for quite some time, right? But what he says, it's most important right now to focus on what you can do, okay, to building sustainable communities, to focus on your own work. And by work, he means spiritual practice, and to focus on loving one another and loving our neighbors.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that this didn't happen to people and to minimize it and this is a horrible, horrible tragedy. It's horrible. And to not, but it's like, in order to succeed during this time period on the planet, because there's going to be more of this type of stuff, unfortunately, we have to kind of learn to come together and see past these, he says, petty differences. And really see people with our heart and see people as our community, and kind of come together and start to really focus on that. And not that we can't know about this, but take our energy away from
the
victimhood.
Fear.
Yeah, victimhood is what I'm hearing.
Don't fear. The fear. Live life in love, not fear. Of course, that does not trivialize the loss of life and horrible tragedy.
No, we're not trying to, but it's really important, like, that we respond to anything like this and come at it from a place of empowerment. As weird as that sound. Yeah. As weird as that sounds, because we could choose, everybody, and he's saying everybody that's listening to this, including myself, could choose to listen back to this recording and think, I give up, it's hopeless, throw up my hands, I'm just going to sit in my house, whatever. But that is not the best course of action right now. He's saying that our best course of action is to really, what can I offer the world? What do I need to change within myself to be more in tune with the vibration of love? Is
that one of the lessons for the collective? Is it like a
absolutely? And he's saying it's going to get a little grittier. Sorry. The next few months in particular look like, I think the eclipses bring it in, but there's some chaos that's going to be happening. And so it's important that we ground down and really we're here for a reason.
Keep our balance, our perspective. Right.
Yeah. And keep focused, because we are here for a reason. The people watching this program are here for a reason.
Okay. Is the WEF, I had to look it up, World Economic Forum, responsible for this to make way for a smart city? They want to build a smart city?
Not, are they responsible for this? Yes and no is the answer. Yes, in that you can, if you look hard enough, it's like backdoor. There's backdoor influences or backdoor money coming in to do this. But there's also other organizations and other influences. So yes and no is the answer.
Right. So it's not like the World Economic Forum said, let's burn down that city.
No.
We could, okay, I got it. Was the governor, mayor, and chief of police aware this was going to happen? Since, they were out of town apparently when it happened.
Governor, chief, so let me say one at a time. Okay. Governor, no. Fine. Chief of police, mayor, no, I'm getting no. And what was the other one?
Chief of police?
No, they weren't actually.
They were just lucky.
Yeah.
Governor Josh Green signed an emergency proclamation just weeks before the fire. Did he know this was going to go down?
This is interesting, but not directly, no. Now we could, it's like he was influenced and told, this is what you're going to do, but it's not like he knew exactly what was going to come down, because I'm hearing no.
And what was he told that would make him sign an emergency proclamation?
There was like a story constructed that this was, I don't understand this part, but he's saying it was, there was an idea that something could happen in the coming months, but he was not given direct knowledge that this is what was going to happen. That's
okay.
I don't think so. No.
All right. Let's do one more and then we'll break and do part 2.
Okay.
Why did State Senator Gil, G-I-L, I guess, Keith Agaron resign over the Lahaina fires? State Senator.
He did seem to know something
Really?
and was asked to step down. Yes.
Why was he asked to step down?
He's saying he can't really go into all of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a,
Safety issue.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
this is kind of a similar question, so I'll just ask this too before we pause. Herman Anda resigned as emergency management director. Why? And did he know ahead of time?
Here's the thing, he's showing me like some people, he's not going to speak directly to any certain person for our safety, but
Right.
some people have had, it's almost like they've been given bits or pieces of information, but they've not necessarily been given, this is the whole story.
Oh, I see.
So, and that's kind of how some of this apparently works, that they'll give some players bits or pieces of information, but they won't necessarily be like, this is happening on this date and this time, and this is what's going to happen, and take cover. It's like something may happen. It's like a little more, the word is cloudy and shrouded.
Well, why did he resign? Was just horrified by what happened, and I think he was the one that decided not to put the siren on or something.
He felt that excuse me, the person that you're speaking about felt pressure to resign, and it was believed that he had culpability because of the siren, so that's why he resigned. Okay,
I gotcha. All right, well, let's pause and stop this, and you guys hit the notification bell. Check Courtney Dillon out. She does a whole lot of stuff, not just channeling people. Worth a look. CourtneyDillon.com. Just click on the link below. And just please subscribe to our channel as well. Bye. Welcome back for part 2 of our session about the Lahaina fires. Horrible. If you have not seen part 1, you need to. Just stop this, go to part 1, and check it out, because there's a lot of information that you probably need to know first before listening to the answers to these questions from our lovely community. We have Courtney Dillon. Her information is, if you click on the link below, you'll find out all about her. And we have my lovely son, Erik. Hi, Erik. I love you.
He says he loves you, Mom.
All right. Well, all right. Let's start with the next
keep
question.
Going.
The Polynesian native people have always given back to the land by way of gifts, ceremonies, and respect. It's true. Mm-hmm. With others coming in and not continuing these practices, did this upset the spirit of the land, and therefore the land had something to do with the fires?
It is true that humans are disconnected with the spirit of the land. That is true.
Yeah.
But what we're seeing today as the larger reason for the fires is malintent, or as we spoke about in part 1. Okay.
All right. Is it true that the island of Maui or other islands are cursed?
No.
All right, here's a complicated one. China had displayed its microwave weapon for the first time in the 2014 air show. Oh, sounds awful. The weapon was called Poly WB-1. The U.S. also has developed a microwave weapons called Active Denial System. Were either of these weapons used in Lahaina?
I hear no, that it was a different technology altogether.
The laser we talked about in part 1.
Like a laser, yes. More like he's showing me, and I don't know the names of things in the way that some of these people do, so I apologize. But he's showing me, it's like excuse me, there's an energy laser.
Okay. Were aliens involved at all, or was this reverse?
I'm sorry, Eric's funny. He goes, aliens are always involved.
Oh boy, they probably are. Was this like reverse engineered alien technology? No. Or did aliens?
No, okay. Aliens. He's laughing at the term aliens, but what we describe as aliens are not directly involved in this, but a lot of the technologies that we have and we use are from other beings, other star systems, and we've kind of adopted them.
Yeah.
So there's truth to that, but
Okay.
it's not direct.
All right.
Exactly.
Were the cell phones shut off deliberately by the government during the fires? Seemed like maybe the towers got burned up. I don't know. But was there something deliberate about that?
What he shows me deliberate, yes, but there was also a scrambling due to the fires. So there's lots of things happening here with the technology.
Okay. Were the fire hydrants shut off deliberately? Oh,
yes.
Yeah, I felt like that. Why didn't the fire department use seawater to fight the fire? You know, it seems like though, if you use seawater, the soil, you can't use it to grow anything forever, I would imagine. But
there are reasons that seawater is not ideal for this. Like you really can't. I don't know. I have to look this up, but most all of the people, he just wants to really say this again, firefighters, police and firefighters and paramedics and all these people like that, they're not involved in this larger issue.
they don't they're not part of the nefarious plan.
No, they're really just trying to help people. And so he wants to reiterate that, because to not see these, what he refers to as like brothers and sisters, as bad people.
No. Why did the president give such a pathetic sum to the people of in Hawaii? Is Hawaii less important than Ukraine interests? I mean, we've given a lot of money to Ukraine, and apparently, I don't know how much he gave to help Lahaina.
Is it less important in his mind? Yes. Yeah, it is.
Okay. Aloha from Hawaii. We are Kanaka Maoli. It would be awesome to get the viewpoint perspective of our past rulers of the Hawaiian kingdom about this fire in Lahaina and past lava eruptions that wiped out communities a few years ago on the Big Island. Leaders such as King Kamehameha, those are such pretty names, the Great, and Queen Liliuokalani, our last reigning sovereign leader before Hawaii was stolen by the U.S. It would be amazing to have afterlife interviews with these leaders. Would like to know if ET was involved. Okay, in any way during ancient times. Okay, well, let's just do one at a time. You want to bring Eric? Can you bring the King Kamehameha?
Let me see if I can get a hold of him. Hold on a second.
And Queen Liliuokalani.
Yeah, he'll bring in. It's the king. He'll come in. Yeah, I don't see her.
Well, this is good.
Okay.
King Kamehameha.
He's got a very strong energy. Hold on.
Oh, I bet. So what do you think?
Blue around him.
What happened with Lahaina and, well, just basically Hawaii as a whole?
Well, what he's talking about right now is to look at what the larger imbalances, he's talking about the larger imbalances of not the people, but the people that are often going to Lahaina, that there are some, he's talking more energetically, because we're talking that there is a reason that this happened that's nefarious, right? But what he's referring to is that there are energetic imbalances among the people visiting in the land, that the people visiting this place are not honoring the sacred nature of this land. They are not taking care of it. Not necessarily the natives. He's not speaking about the natives. He's talking about people visiting. They're not taking care of it. They are not paying attention to the energy of the place or offering it anything. And so he sees that as a imbalance
Yeah.
that is wanting or was, wanting to correct itself in some way.
And was this fire a way to do that? Or was
On
it
some level,
of it?
yes. That even when there are nefarious reasons for something, there can be, what's the word? How do you explain? There's just like layers of meaning, right?
Right.
There's like layers of meaning. Or one way to think of it is that even if something is ill intended, there can be a cleansing or a balancing that comes out of it.
Okay.
And it's not to say that this was a good thing that this happened to people or that people lost their homes. Like, let me be clear.
No,
It's not what we're saying.
no,
It's not good at all.
no,
But
of course not.
he's saying that there was a huge problem on this land in this particular area with imbalance. That humans by and large are coming into this very powerful place and not paying attention to the energy of the land or what the land is even asking of them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't know why we do this with the indigenous peoples. I mean, the way we treated the Native Americans in their land, not honoring that either. It's just, when will we learn? God.
We will learn when people come back to the remembrance of themselves, he says.
Wow. Okay. Anything else you want to say, King? Don't make me say your name again. I'll just call you King.
King is good. No, that's all he wants to say today.
Okay. Now, also, we want to know, this person wants to know if extraterrestrials were involved in any way during ancient times in Polynesia. How would they feel to see Hawaii as it is today, now a concrete jungle tourist destination where natives are getting priced out of paradise? Well, first of all, let's just do, were extraterrestrials involved in ancient Polynesia? And in what
He
way?
says he says that what you refer to as ETs or star beings are involved were important in many ancient cultures.
Yeah. Egypt,
Like
for example.
Egypt, like much of the technology that these ancient cultures use, often they would get it or not then get it isn't the right word. He said receive this information from star people, star beings. So yes is the answer.
Okay. So how would you, King, I guess, not, or maybe the ETs, I don't know. How do you feel, King K, to see Hawaii as it is today, a concrete a jungle, a tourist destination where natives are now getting priced out of their paradise?
It makes his heart heavy,
Yeah.
metaphorically speaking, but he says that he can see that Hawaii will return to a place the land will return to a place of peace and prosperity, and there will be a time in that humans will live in balance and harmony with the land. So this isn't a foregone conclusion that it's going to be bad forever.
Okay.
We do have to become more aware of our signature when we go someplace. So whether we're visiting as a tourist or we're staying there for a little while, whatever it is, it is a good idea to imagine that you're communicating with the land, that you are respecting the land, that you're respecting the inhabitants, and that we just we bring a new level of respect to these areas that we visit.
Okay. Well, so when do you think we'll get there?
It's not looking good for our lifetimes, Elisa, but he's showing me 2060, 2070.
Okay.
Things begin to shift dramatically in 2040.
Okay.
30 to 40 are a really pivotal time on this planet. of great transformation, great change,
Wonderful.
lots of unraveling in it, but in a positive way. It may not be easy, but then 2040, there appears to be some big shifts
Oh,
in
awesome.
the way that we, treat our environment, and we treat, we even structure our government, actually.
Oh, God, yes. Will whoever's responsible for this ever see justice? And will it even come out in the media who did this? I mean, we got free will and stuff. So, I mean, as a quantum probability.
Okay, quantum, I'm going to ask Erik. He says, well, anybody was, yes, but it will be not for a while, and it will be as part of larger disclosures of information that will be given to people over time. We're not done with everything. We can look at some event like this and really just have a lot of despair. I think you could.
Yeah.
And I could certainly, but we have to remember that we're here for a reason. He's saying again, we are here for a reason. If you are watching this program, it's because you're wanting to become more spiritually aware.
Yeah, you're being nudged here by your guides or
100%. I mean, he's got he casts a wide net, he shows me.
Oh, that's
Draw
awesome.
people in. Yeah.
That's awesome. So how can we best help the generational families recover their land from the corporate grab that is happening? This land deserves to stay with its people, not corporate conglomerates. I agree. How can we help?
There are organizations, he shows me, working to to help legally, the legal rights of the people who own the land.
Oh, good.
So it does look like, I don't know the names of it, but he's showing me there are different organizations that are already doing this. For what you and I can do is we can actually hold space that this land remains with the rightful owner. And we kind of zoom that out energetically, that all of us watching this program do that. That's actually pretty powerful, more than we even understand.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Thought creates reality. All right. There was a mass mediation. Maybe it was meditation they meant. Maybe it's mediation done for Hawaii to send healing and to help
meditation, I think.
All right. And to send healing and to help diminish any dark energy or entities away. Did this work?
Yes, absolutely. And he recommends that we are all doing this on a daily basis, that these places in the world that are suffering or have had, I mean, there's been, earthquakes and different, there's been lots of things recently.
Yeah.
That we just, if those places come to our mind, we send healing energy that way. Okay. We send a little bit of positive energy, healing energy. It's not so much focused necessarily on eliminating dark forces, but you have to remember that he is saying that the light is way more powerful.
Oh, yeah.
And so the more that we send that kind of healing vibration, healing frequency, it makes a difference.
Okay. Were there negative entities involved in this? Like influencing some of the bad actors to do this, etc.? Because they
I mean,
fear and chaos.
Yes, but that's not what he wants to focus on.
Okay. So, final question. Any words for the people from the great mother spirit? That must be a Hawaiian thing. Cool.
Let me connect with that. What she says to me is that she is alive and well. That even though her land has been torched, that she remains a strong and powerful and clear energy in the world. That all those who step upon her land will feel the vibration and be changed in some way. That she also encourages the people of Hawaii to remember the power that they hold within themselves to rebuild, to make changes, and to be firmly rooted in their own sense of power. That through this great trial that they remain connected to themselves, and that they build a stronger community than they even, than they had even before. So
yeah. I like that. So we can't for sure get Queen Liliu.
let me see if I can get her. Hold on a second.
Kalani.
He just felt stronger. There she is. She's pretty fierce, actually.
So is there anything you would like to add? Queen L? Queen L, just say that.
She says that that those with eyes to see know in their hearts that something is not right.
Mm.
But it is important to remain steadfast in their commitment to rebuilding, to remain steadfast in their commitment to the land and their community, and to understand that they have a choice to see themselves not as victims of circumstances, but see this as an opportunity to rise in their own power.
Phoenix rising from the ashes, so to speak.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
She has a very strong energy. She's very, very powerful. And so it's to bring that, if you can imagine, if you need to, and you're struggling right now, you can imagine asking her, she's saying, to kind of come in and boost your energy a little bit.
Oh,
And she will do that for you.
that's nice. Thank you. Thank you so much. Erik, is there anything else you want to add, or Courtney, you want to ask anything?
He's saying that, he's saying that we don't need to get stuck in the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
That it's important to have knowledge, awareness of the bullshit, excuse me, that's what he's saying. But it's important also to remember what we're here to do. And so that it's like, we can see it for what it is. We don't have to like it, but we can also say, you know what did I come here to do? What do I need to make peace within my own life? What act of forgiveness do I need to have in my own life? He's saying. So those are the more important questions right now.
Yeah. So don't get derailed from your spiritual journey.
Exactly. Because what a lot of us are just learning or are understanding now is it not only takes a village in terms of like rebuilding a community, it also takes a village in terms of our energy.
Yeah.
The more focused we are on maintaining a vibration that is kind of above some of this, the easier it will be for this to come toppling down. And by this, I mean those who are responsible for this.
Yeah, the bad. All right. Well, thank you. And thank you, Courtney, so much.
Thank you.
Check her out. Link below. And Erik, I love you. And
Ceci loves you.
Be sure you guys share this with your fellow Hawaiians and your fellow humans. And check out part 1 if you missed it. Love you.
Love you too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.